said, peace out, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Hey guys, welcome to the very first video of our Organic Gardening Basics series. It's going to be a series that's going to run every Saturday in February. So today's the first one. Now this is not going to be a short video, so grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea. If you're nervous about gardening, maybe something a little stronger. Not too strong though, because you got to pay attention. So grab a notebook and let's learn. So I'm actually going to also add a fifth video once the series is complete, and that is going to be to answer any questions that you guys thought of during the first 4 videos. So if you have a question at any time, go down to the comments section, write your question in, and I'm going to make sure to answer as many as possible, either in person, through the comments, or on the video. And if you learned something from this video, please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps. Also, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And hit the bell notification so you always get notified whenever our videos come out. In today's video, we're going to be covering the different types of soil that there are, helping you find out which one you have, and if there are problems innate with that type of soil, I'm going to let you know how to fix it. We're also going to be discussing soil pH right alongside that. We're going to go over watering basics, fertilizing basics, pest and disease control, and weed control. So we've got a jam-packed episode, so let's get right into it.
When it comes to soil types, there are 4 types of soil. And you kind of need to know what kind of soil you have so you know what the benefits of that type are and what the drawbacks are and how you need to address those drawbacks. So the first type of soil I want to talk about is sandy soil. Now, sandy soil is very gritty between your fingers. If it's damp and you squeeze it into a ball and let go of your fist, it's just going to fall apart, just like at the beach. Nutrients drain right through. It's also a very hungry type of soil, meaning it eats up humus very quickly. We lived at the beach for a few years and had very sandy soil, as you might guess. And there was like no amount of organic matter you could put in there that wasn't gone.
Damn, I had 38 players to upgrade on my squad, nigga.
Adding a lot of organic material, compost, well-rotted manure. All that kind of stuff is going to hold on to moisture, hold on to nutrients that would otherwise just go right through the soil and keep on going. Way out of reach from your plant's roots. You also want to apply a thick mulch of organic matter every season. So if you're growing in spring and summer, put it on, about now. And if you are growing in the fall garden, you want to put it on right before you plant, or right after you plant around it. Now, that's not an option, or if it's just like almost pure sand, raised beds are an opportunity there to actually grow something. And then you also, because nutrients do drain out very quickly, you want to use a slow release fertilizer and not necessarily a liquid fertilizer.
The next type of soil is silt. Now, that's similar to sand, but the particles, individual particles, are smaller. They're a little more weathered, a little more round. When you rub it between your fingers, if it's wet, it feels kind of smooth and slippery, not gritty like sand does. It does hold more water than sand, and it will hold together in your hand, which means it will compact a little bit when you walk on it if it's wet. It also holds on to humus and nutrients better than sand does. Now, I've actually mentioned humus a couple of times in this episode, so I probably should explain what that is. Humus is the broken down remains of organic matter. So basically, when you have the perfect compost and it's that black, rich, sweet-smelling black gold, that is humus. It's basically what plants need to survive. The soil particles, the silt, the sand, and a couple other we're going to talk about, kind of like, that's what holds the roots and what holds these humus and nutrients together, but it doesn't really give life. Humus is the life of your soil. With humus, it's kind of the same as all soils. You want to add organic compost and mulch every year, and that's going to keep your soil really healthy.
Damn.
It's going to really maintain the balance of silt to make sure it's not as compactable as
I'm high as a bitch.
and it's going to hold on to all that moisture and nutrients even better. The next type of soil is clay. The house I grew up in and learned to garden in was almost pure clay. You know, if you hold clay, wet clay soil in your hand and you squeeze it together and then let it go, it stays in the shape of your fist. You can even see your wrinkles, and you can even sometimes see some fingerprints. That's because it contains the smallest particles of all soil. I think it's like 0.002 millimeters in size, each particle. Really small. And that's why you don't want to walk on wet clay soil. And it will actually not let you walk on it because it literally is so thick and sticky that it will pull your shoes right off. So you don't want to compact it. It's basically the same stuff used to make pottery. So how in the world could you possibly grow in that? Well, with the addition of organic matter, or humus.
Sunshine and pleasant temps have led to a wide-open roof here this afternoon at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
One thing about clay, though, is never work in it when it's really wet and never walk on it because you're going to end up with time.
Now, the absolute best type of soil to have is loam. Loam is a mixture of sand, silt, and clay. And you can have a heavy loam, which has more clay, or you can have a light loam, which has more sand. Now, a heavy loam is still compacted, but no matter what, organic matter.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you get everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To the air, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And doing those can get locked up in the soil if it is not correct. But plant means the proper field where it's working to be able to control those to put the plant really out in the middle of the
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Fighting Knox there, complete. Yards to pick up there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. This defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers. 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Definitely a fun experience for the kids. But if you want
maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Allen. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackles
gotta hurry up and get set.
13-yard line. Good to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defense.
Jump, baby.
Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's 7-0 Buffalo.
Should have been blazing out. That's my fault, fellas. Bad coaching.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Unnecessarily bad for your vegetables, I'm not going to like them. If it's something other than 6 or 7, what you do? But if you have a number greater than 7, that means your soil is out there, and you need to add some acid. You have to do that with soil sulfur or aluminum sulfate to the soil. You want to apply it according to this direction. You can also use unbrewed coffee grounds, but it takes a lot more of those than you typically have, depending on your garden space. So it's more expensive, not quite as potent as the other two. Now, on the other hand, if your number is like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself, thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
When you have all winter for it works. But we aren't in fall right now. Some hemisphere you're coming. But right now we here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Also, none of these solutions last forever. It's best to test your soil every 3 to 5 years so you know if you need to change it again one way or the other.
2nd and 11.
Have you learned anything yet? If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So introducing this unit.
The give is to Elliott. And again, this Buffalo defense there and run support to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Organic forms are basically made from anything that was alive, be it plant, animal, or mineral. And a chemical fertilizer or a synthetic fertilizer is made in a chemical. Now I have a video that I will link down below.
Looking to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? That their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Good fruit pertains to the 3rd number, which is potassium, and that is what is really responsible for helping to build bigger, better flowers, fruits, and vegetables.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
If you saw my video,
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes,
good shit.
Down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give to Elliott.
Fall forward, baby.
Just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here.
You own on your phone, pictures, video.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott.
Anything.
It's my fault.
First down at about the 21-yard line.
So once you add all this information, everything is on one central network. So now, once people start receiving this chip in their brain, they're able to download things out of the cloud.
On first down, it's Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just
All
yet.
this information will be able to be downloaded into your the same way. Do you notice?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
See, I be telling y'all, when they tell you, don't go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the
My
Bills will
fault,
take
fellas.
over here at their own 12-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. And they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did something with that.
Throwing now is Allen. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. That catch good for only a couple. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a first down. Well done. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Meanwhile, Allen's throw complete to Freiermuth.
Damn it, I can't get set.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Allen to throw once more. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. They'll run on first down. Singletary, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and 8.
Like I say, I just want people to fathom or to grasp what these people are talking about.
On play action, Allen dancing to his left. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
But the person next to you can finish it off.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his second touchdown.
Damn, that pick killed us.
And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Making us like clouds, making us all, as one. And this is why they want smart houses, smart homes, just smart everything. Because everything is on the grid. They want cars to be smart homes. All these Teslas driving themselves. My cousin, he got a trucking company.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
He was delivering one of his trucks. He got several trucks.
From the 6.
He delivered something. He looked up with a bus. Just no doubt.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Came around, he realized that there wasn't nobody driving the bus. And the bus couldn't figure out how to go around where he was parked. So it just stopped him. And once he moved out of the way, that's when the bus went over there. I really don't think he understand if you don't care about that.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this.
Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked that up. That was on me.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end pass
You
rush.
get
They've
the
been able to
ball
get home,
also.
and they're taking the
You
ball
do not
away in
need to
coverage as
force
well.
this
I
shit.
love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
And this is why I say, and sometimes I think myself I'm being real personal to me. Sometimes I think myself, I don't know what the fuck. Because we as people, especially as black people, we're not being funny, but we're not.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
We don't know why we should support each other. We don't know why we should. I mean, we may know why, but we don't.
They're going to look to throw.
It's just a lot of things.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
But sometimes I just
Singletary to get the drive started. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
I don't think people understand what the fuck is happening. There's so many distractions. Rapping, acting, half-witted niggas, women, man, everything to think of is a distraction. To the point that sometimes I know some of y'all can't even run your household and put things in order in your household like you want.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. taken at the 15, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
It ain't over. It ain't over.
They understand the way our minds work. They understand what we're hurting.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Elliott.
You wasn't supposed to spin.
Right at the 40-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Trust me. It's coming. It's coming. The dice gonna get rolled. It's coming. You gonna say, damn, all that I see with double
On first down.
Ah, come on now. Come on now.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Fuck.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll get it all
That might
the way
did
down
it.
inside the 35-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
These people been duping us.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They've been, preparing us.
So after the INT, it's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Your positive message, comment, negative message, comment, right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Any type of contribution.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen.
What the fuck you doing over there, cuz?
Buffalo. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Bass on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Definitely can't do shit but pass now.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete, and they're able to get this one across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game. And there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
While they are so insistent in spending so many hundreds of millions of dollars on propaganda money to dumb down society.
Now, I would like to say good rising to all my kings. Like, comment, subscribe.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Definition of propaganda means. And when you hear this definition, I'm sure, if you don't know the definition already, I'm sure you're going to start looking at the news, the media, and everything about it.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, you know, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. Like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead.
Why you need to wake up? Why you need to come out of this dream world? You know what I'm saying?
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Allen. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Allen's throw is complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
That shit makes no sense. Like I said,
and the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Doesn't make sense. So we
Allen off the play fake.
And do away with this bullshit.
He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It'll be 1st
God damn, fellas.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And this is what I can tell you, a walk of the mind. Slavery is not physical anymore. They don't ride around whips and chains. They replaced all that stuff with technology. Even with certain food, like everything is weaponized.
Now Allen again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bills. Pat Freiermuth, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are on their way to a 2-0 start. Tyler Bass now for the point after.
make an example. You're a lawyer, you're helping do whatever people they want to see on the.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Even lawyers, everybody in the justice system know it is.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
That shit is just, we know this. It's still good to participate in this.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Just so to help kill America. And murder, you can murder a person 30 years from now. It don't have to be today. Murder is murder. And I told y'all, when you at the top looking at the world, people today may not get sick, but people die every day.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
We participated in it. Why? Because they own everything in American soil. When you're born, you are an employee of the corporation, which is the United States of America. Get in here. This shit is a whole lot. Y'all better wake up. I just did a song called Wake Up. This is for the We Woke tour. It's going to be a concert, meet and greet. I'm coming.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming up. So
back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
This game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Yeah, you already know I'm playing when it comes to my crap. But the reason why
they'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They go right back to Singletary. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
This motherfucker couldn't even get it.
Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And
You knew he was going there.
2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
But this is coming from a motherfucker like Christopher Columbus that came to America basically just to take over, to rob people of resources. But yet they'll put in the book like he discovered America. If you believe that dumbass shit, something wrong.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
We all grew up thinking America discovered America. It's a lie.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
For the fourth time today. Picked off around the 37. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, to corral him quickly to 3 yards rushing for him.
Just because they say a high IQ is 200, and you think that you, because you get I'm just
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
They just say, oh, 200 is a high IQ, and you scored 200. Got you thinking you're smart. Also need to know the illusion of knowledge. That's another video.
From the gun, it's Allen.
If you develop
And this will be
These
caught.
niggas catching everything.
It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. Head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown pass to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They didn't change the reality. They made it where things that's fake is more important than things that's natural. So, okay, your ability to take that same person, Jeff Bezos, put him in a different environment. Put him in Amazon. Since he runs Amazon, the real Amazon. He has no information.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. Elliott a 1st down and more. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 32-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
It ain't going to help. It's not going to save him. The people that's in that environment.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, it's Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week and another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early. Great momentum going forward.
Rough loss, fellas. Rough loss. Extremely rough loss. We be all right.
Supposed to be primary setting of what America calls business setting or whatever.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The shit that they keep us away from is considered the way of life. All we need is food and shelter. That's why I feel that off of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You can't get me with that no more.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So Allen's going to look to throw. A throw left side, caught by the tight end flyer move. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
On play action, Allen. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a hole here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Nobody saying nothing.
So for Buffalo, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.
Every day, no one is saying, thank God put all this shit on earth for us to enjoy, to survive. Just so that we have to pay another motherfucker. We don't even know. Every 30 days, bro. Mind blown. Mind blown. If you made it to the end of this video, man, salute, man. You know I love y'all for that, man. Boy, we're in trouble. And as soon as we start waking up, we start realizing stuff, we start letting people come into your life and open your mind up. If you ain't, well, if you on this, if you're on my videos, then you're curious about something. I can say that. But for those who just, you trying to wake people up, your cousin, your mama, your brother, whoever, keep knocking on their door. Because this shit's falling apart. Like I say, people not even celebrating holidays like they used to. And if you my age or older, or maybe a little younger, you can see the difference. So if you young, you might not see the difference. But back in the day, when Christmas came around, shit, everybody outside. For real. But what I'm saying is this, it's starting to crumble. Keep knocking on their door. Society is starting to reveal itself. So a lot of this shit, you really ain't got to go too far with it. They see it every day. You just got to figure out a way to relay it to them so that they can see what it is you're talking about. And you start opening their mind. Because once you open these and see, you can't close them. So I ain't want to hold y'all this long, man. So with that being said, man, hope y'all have a blessed day. Keep building. Keep being respectful. Do what it is you want to do in life, man, that makes you happy. And also, man, understand, man, that you ain't alone. You ain't the only one that think the way you think. Okay? So, and like I say, in order for people to be found, they must first be lost. Let's catch y'all in the next video.